Upside down. Stencils. Oh, there we go. Turn that way. There we go. Embossing folders to stencils to having those beautiful edgeable die cuts. But if you like your stamping, we've got the textured stamps on the show as well. You are going to be able to create so many beautiful elements with these. Those. I know, aren't they so amazing? Fabulous. But if you just want a bit of fun and you want something kinetic, we've got the gorgeous Waterfall, and these are just going to make such fun movable cards in all these different effects. The butterflies is utterly gorgeous, but I have to say I think the cupcake is my absolute favourite. How gorgeous is that? Using your glitters, using all your pens, whatever you've got in your medium, in your medias, you're going to be able to make these sort of cards amazing.
They are just fantastic. We have got all of that on the way. I have got a special guest joining us, as I mentioned before. The wonderful Pam Evans is on the show with us today, and we'll check in with her in a little bit. Before that though, do you fancy a wee glance at the Sarah Signature collection? We have got oodles in this. Now you can get the whole collection, which has got so much in it. You've got your paper pads in there, you've got embossing folders in there, you've of course got dies in there as well. We've got in there your stamp and die sets, you've got your party, the celebrate, tea time, vintage birdcage, you've got absolutely oodles. That is the whole entire set. If you do want it in sort of smaller, more bite-sized pieces, then we've also got that for you as well if you wanted to. So that means that you could, if you wanted, just get the paper and the card collection, or you could just get the embossing collection. If you head on down to our website, you will be able to find all of these. So if you get the larger bundle, you get it all. You don't have to pick your favourites, you get every single thing. And if you do want to get every single thing, it's a bargainacious way of doing it. And this is your opportunity to add it to your cart. So do so now. But if you do just want them smaller, you can get them. So for example, just these are just the paper pads, for example. So you can get them in that way as well if you wanted to. So just head on over to crafterscompanion.com .co.uk or .eu, depending on where you are. Who fancies getting crafting? Yeah, me too. We are swimming on over to the fish. Lovely lady, what are we up to first?
Yeah, so we're going to be using the beautiful stamped elements, which look absolutely gorgeous. So I love these ones. So we're going to be doing a bit of stamping, we're going to be doing a bit of colouring, and we're going to put this all together in a beautiful card. So first of all, we're going to start with our stamping. We're going to bring in some, I've got some Nina cardstock. It's the best thing to use for your colouring. It works amazingly well with taking your alcohol inks, which is what we're going to be colouring with. But this is a really pretty collection which has so many of these sort of lace elements about them. So first of all, let's stamp our parasol. So taking that off our carrier sheet. We've also got the dies, but I haven't got them to hand, but I do have ones already cut out. We're also going to be using some of the, let's use the florals, and do we need, no, well, that's it. So we'll just have these ones for now and then pop those into place. So I'm going to be using alcohol pens, which means we need our alcohol ink. So I'm going to be bringing in our flagstone. It's my favourite one to use. The flagstone or the pebbles, actually. It comes out like a black, but it's not as harsh as the black. But it is a great one to use. So just inking these up, making sure that that covers all of our stamped elements. These are gorgeous stamps to stamp with. Turning that over, and then we can press those down. So there we go. And there we go. Look at that. How beautiful do they go? So amazing. One stamp and you've got the most beautiful designs. And our producer Erin, she was just saying about the parasol, the great thing about these, they can go any way on your card. And actually we are going to use ours upside down.
Great.
So first of all, we're going to do a bit of colouring. I'm just going to grab myself another piece of card so we can just put that underneath. It means that it will absorb any ink that comes through. Now I'm going to be using our tri-blends. You can use anything that you've got in your stash. So I'm going to start off with my lightest colour, and we're going to use this colour just to colour in between, so these bigger patches here. What I also like about tri-blends is, although we say about blending, it means that you've got 3 coordinating colours to colour images like this. So where I'm just actually going to leave that in the lighter colour, and then we're going to do a bit of colouring in the lace.
I love how intricate that lace is, and I suppose it's the quality of those stamps, isn't it, really, that helps?
Totally, yeah, absolutely. Oh, excuse me. When you think about I've gone off piece then because I was coughing.
Photopolymer, is that what you were going to say?
No. When you think about your lines in your stamp, how fine they are, to get that sort of detail is absolutely amazing. But you are right, Becky, photopolymer is the best that you can use. And it's exactly what these are, and they're amazing.
I do have rubber stamps and I do enjoy them, and I've worked with them for a long old time now, but for me, I love that you can see exactly what you're doing with this type of stamp, you know?
Totally, yeah, absolutely. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to go in with the darker colour, and then we're going to add the even darker colour into those centres to start to blend. And that will just give us a really nice transition. So instead of blending those colours together, we're actually using them so we get that dark and lighter shades.
Yes.
So it doesn't always mean that we have to blend everyone into the next one. And you can see by doing that, it really makes that lilac in the background really pop. So just colouring these round, and then just finding that detail.
When you're colouring at home, where do you colour? Are you someone who does it when you're watching telly, or do you have dedicated time?
I actually do a lot when I'm watching telly.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I love to do that, or to listen when I'm listening to music. Yeah, just do your colouring when you can. I wish I had the time to colour more, Becky.
Yeah.
I just don't seem to get the time. So I love it when we have prep and colouring shows that we have that time to then put in to colour.
It's quite a mindful activity, isn't it, sometimes?
Yeah, absolutely. So you get the dye to cut that out. Also, if you use, now that's my aqua blue and I'm going to use my ice blue. If you go around your edges, I think I did use my ice blue, but that's fine. If you go around your edges, when you die cut that out, so I'm going to bring this one in, once you've coloured it all out, it gives you that beautiful highlight just around the edges. So you can cut all of those out. Do the same with your fan as well. And it means if I bring in my extra elements, I've got my rose here because I've coloured some flowers, and I've also stamped and cut out that bird cage. So it's another design. You are getting these, which are absolutely stunning. So what I'm going to do with these is make up our card. I've got my papers. I mean, look how pretty.
I love that.
I know, they're so beautiful. And remember, you're getting that core cardstock as well to coordinate with them. So I've got those pieces, and I've got the extra bits for the sides. So I'm just going to put these all the right way. On some of these papers, you're getting a little script. So you've got the script, so it shows you which way up they go. And then I've just got a piece for the bottom here as well. So I'm just going to pop all these into place and start assembling our card. It's exciting when we have one of our ambassadors on, isn't it, Becky?
Yeah, it's really wonderful.
So I'm looking forward to meeting Pam.
Yeah, me too. We'll be nattering to Pam in a little bit.
So just pop in that inside just to create our backgrounds. Such a pretty array of colours in this paper pad.
It would go great with the ultimate compendium that we did earlier, actually.
Oh, it'd look beautiful with that.
Hues.
Yeah, they would all go. And they have all got those colours in them, so sort of that beigey, sort of peachy colours in the backgrounds of these would all go with those card blanks.
Yeah.
In fact, they would go hand in hand with them, in fact.
If you do want to grab that, it is still available. Last time we checked, it was way over 80% of the stock had gone, but if you're quick, you can grab it. I'll go a little bit back on it later on.
So what we're going to do with this one, Becky, is I'm going to have this upside down, and we're going to use it as a bit of a floral arrangement. So we're going to put our flowers into there. So I'm going to get my 3D glue gel, and we're going to put a few blobs of that just inside. And I'm doing it quite near the top because what we can then do, our flowers will, actually, I don't think my flower, no, my flower, oh, some of them are going inside. I was thinking they would stick onto the top. We're then going to pop those, so some of them will have just going in, but actually I'm going to put their own glue on them so we can have them just coming out the top there. We've got a few more to put inside. And let's just shape those. So shaping your flowers is really easy because you just do it with your fingers and your thumb. So let's pop one there. I'll do another one on the inside. Might need just a little more glue to put that up there.
If you do need glue, we've got it some for the Get It Got It Good, so you can treat-a-roo yourself to it if you are running low, because you can sometimes go through quite a lot of glue, can't you? So it's a lovely opportunity if you do want to grab it. The details are at the bottom of your screen right now.
And then we'll put one on the top there. So that gives us our beautiful umbrella. I then got my fans. So I'm going to put my throat has held up all day, and now it's decided to go all croaky.
Oh, bless you. Do you need water or anything?
I've got some water. I'll have a drop in a minute, but I'm nearly finished. So, right, we're going to pop these to the side. So we'll have that onto this side. Let's just move our little flower out there so it can be seen. We've got then our one on the opposite corner. I really love these fan designs. They're amazing.
They'd be nice as sort of framed corners for photos, wouldn't they, as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, they'd work so well for that. And if you didn't stick the middle bit, you could literally put your photos underneath so they would frame them.
Yeah.
And then what we've got here, we've got our bird cage, which is a beautiful design. I'm just going to bring in, I'm running out in my tube, so I'm just going to bring in my actual main glue, pop some of this down the back, and we would just pop that onto here, and then I've just got a bow to finish that off. Oh, I always forget I put my tape on here because I think I'd run out of time otherwise. And then, although there we go. Pop that just at the top. And then I've just got a sentiment that I've stamped out from one of the sentiments with birthday wishes at the bottom. And there we go, we've got our beautiful bird cage and our parasol looking absolutely fabulous.
I love that. Oh, thank you for sharing that with us. Isn't that absolutely stunning? We have got that mega collection on your screen right now. If you get it in the largest size, obviously you're making the biggest saving. But if I just head on over across here to you. Now, don't forget you can also get these in smaller amounts if you wish. So you can treat yourself to just the card and paper packs. Now in here, just to let you know, you're going to be getting the 12 by 12 and the 6 by 6 and the luxury pearlescent card. Those are 12 by 12 as well, which is mega because you're going to have a lot of fun working with those. And again, we use them a fair old amount, don't we? So you can get all of those. Fancy a discount? Oh, twister's arm. 15% off for you today. If you want to get them in that way, then you can. If you love creating textured details and designs in your pieces, may I suggest to you the embossing set. So this one has got the 2 embossing elements. Now the wonderful thing about the embossing is you're getting that lovely texture in your designs. So you're going to get the umbrella, what are they called in America? Or a parasol, okay, yeah, umbrella or parasol. You're getting that one as a design. And then you're also getting these stacked teacups, which I love. This one to me is very Mary Poppins, and then the one at the bottom is very sort of Alice in Wonderland, you know, Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So you can grab those ones together. They're $11.18 or $15.92. You've also got the chance to get the stencils. Stencils are great because remember, if you've got your Gemini machine, you don't just have to use them as stencils, you can actually make them embossed as well. So you're getting both of those ones today, and again, you are getting the delicate doilies and the traditional lace borders, saving 20% if you get them as a set right there. Not just got that though, with the stencils, which of course, as I've said, you know, use it with your inks, use it with your colours, but you can use it with your embossing as well. You've got that as well. Fancy some dies? Oh yeah, me too. We have got your garden party metal die collection. Now this has got 23 elements, and remember, the great thing with dies is once you've got them, you've got them. So these ones that we're bringing to you today, you're getting the beautiful rosette, the summertime pennant, the delicate rose, the whimsical balloons. Don't know why I said it like that, sorry, it was weird. And all the others as well. You're also going to be getting the dainty lace is the other one. So you've got those 5 in there, and you've got a big saving on that, saving nearly £12 or nearly $15. And then we've got stamp and die as well. So the great thing with your stamp and die is it does what it says on the tin. You are getting dies and you're getting stamps. So you saw earlier on the lovely Debbie using the the umbrella, you get the stamps and you can get the outside cut out for them. So it gives you that professional finish every time. Big saving on that one again. It is Monday Makers, so it's my absolute pleasure to say hello to Pam Evans, who is one of our craft ambassadors. Hi Pam, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Really good, thank you. Where are you talking to us from?
I live in central New York. It's about halfway up the state of New York.
Fabulous. And I mentioned to you earlier on that your crafting space looks really, really beautiful. You've taken over a room, haven't you?
Yep, took over the living room.
I love that. Pam, you've obviously been crafting for quite some time. When did you start crafting? What got you into it?
Honestly, I started crafting when my daughter was born. I was just wanting to find a way to make memories, to have, there wasn't very many photos of me growing up, and I wanted to have that for my children. So I started scrapbooking when she was born, 18 years ago.
Oh, that's so lovely. Wow, 18 years. And does she craft with you?
She doesn't, but she's an artist. There's actually one of her paintings behind me up on the wall. She's very talented. She's going to college on a scholarship for art. So
wow. Oh, that's incredible. Congratulations on that. That's
Thank
wonderful.
you.
So definitely some crafty genes in your family for sure. We're going to find out more about Pam. Don't forget, if you've got any questions for her, get them in on socials. It's lovely to meet each other, isn't it? So do message us in on our socials. And you can get us on Crafts Companion TV. And that is on Facebook, that is on the Instagram and YouTube. So we're going to be saying hello again to Pam in just a few. Get those messages coming in. For now though, boy, we have got a collection of a Kinetic card, and what I adore about Kinetic cards is that they always raise a smile. We're going to be bringing to you your Waterfall cards now, and if you've not seen these before, it's sort of ingenuity, it's almost engineering meets creativity. You're going to absolutely love and adore these. Debbie, you're getting all of your bits and bobs out there. I know that you're a huge fan of these waterfalls as well, aren't you?
Do you know what? I love anything that moves. I like a Kinetic card. I love that you get those real fun elements in here. So you just take your pick at what you enjoy the most, or you go for the full collection. So, and I think you've got the balls, Becky, to really show them off, which is amazing.
And this is a real party fun-filled collection. So I'm going to be bringing to you a set of your shaped waterfall stamp and dies. The collection is with 98 elements in total, and there's 10 sheets of card with this as well. So these are your dies. These are what they can create. And when we say waterfall, what we mean, if I turn it to the side slightly, you can see that you've got these stacking elements on top of each other. And because of the die, look at that, you get this fabulous, moving, interesting element to your card. So let me tell you which ones you're getting. You're getting the waterfall balloons, perfect for parties. You've got your waterfall butterflies as well on this one. These are your butterfly kisses. And I love these because they really do flutter away. I've then got your tea cup or tea party collection, and I've got your Make-A-Wish cupcakes that are so wonderful. Great if anyone is into cooking themselves or parties. And then you're getting the 10 sheets of the Hint of Silver, and that is in the pearl essence as well. So you're getting that in the pearl white. Let me grab that for you so you can see what I'm talking about. So these are great to use with it or just as stoshing up. Oh, that looks great. So all of these ones today, as a reminder, you're going to be getting them for £102.95, it's just £75 today. Unless you're platinum, you bargain hunter. That means you're only getting it for £60 or $72. So a really lovely opportunity to grab these. And although it looks quite complex, actually, because of the dies, it makes your life so much easier. So you're going to be able to create something stunning. Would you like to see a bit of a demo with these? Oh, go on then. What are we going to be up to with these, please?
Yeah, so I'm going to use the teacups of the waterfall cards. Now, these are so cute, so sweet. And remember, you actually have toppers as well as using your waterfall element. So if I take this die, for example, you've got a great teacup die there. So you can make all your embellishments and different cards, even maybe little card blank cards. If you don't put this across the top of your card over a fold, you could actually make a little stand-up teacup and have little garden invites, maybe invitations. Now, each one of these dies fits into the bottom of your main element, which is going to create the waterfall card. So the first thing we're going to do is take the main worker die, which is this one, and we're going to pop this onto just some black cardstock, and then I'm going to get my Gemini boards and we're going to run that through our machine. So super, super easy. So that's our first one we're going to do. Now while that's running through, I'm going to show you the stamps, because the stamps are amazing. You've got some great stamps here which gives you some really fabulous different play on words. So have a beautiful day. You've got a cup of thanks, a hug in a mug, and you are terrific. So lots of plays on words. The other thing that's fabulous about them is for the teacup, you actually get a hearts sort of die. If you stamp that into your cup, it works beautifully into your actual cup. So if I put that across, you can see. So you can actually have a heart full of, a teacup full of hearts there. You've got tags in here, you've got your hearts, butterflies, little flowers, so lots of little embellishments. And if I bring in the die set, you're getting all those embellishments to cut them out as well, including the spoon. And the spoon is amazing. In fact, let's cut a spoon out. I was hoping I might have a but I will try and find one. I was hoping I had a little bit of silver card and just show you how cute that spoon is. So you could use your, oh, Becky's waving hints of silver that comes with it. We could cut the spoon out of that, yes, absolutely. Now, the first thing we're going to do is, with this die, what we need to know is all you do is fold it back on itself, and you're going to fold all these score lines in, but you're going to fold them the same way. Normally we'd tell you to mountain and valley fold, but you want to score them all the same way. And that is going to be your waterfall card, believe it or not, because can you see that will go up and down. And these two pieces, if you just fold them, the score lines are there for you. You just fold them in, and that gives you the perfect waterfall. So all become clear. Now what we need to do is cut out the teacups and the elements. So we've got, look at that card that Becky has just given me. How amazing is that? Absolutely beautiful. So I am just going to cut a little bit out of that, and we can cut our spoon out of that, which will look beautiful. Such a gorgeous little embellishment there. So let's pop that to the side. We will cut that out, and we will also, I'm going to take my board and we're going to cut the teacup. We're going to cut the inside piece here as well. I've got some coloured cardstock, which we're going to do our insides. Now, because it's although it's a thicker paper, it is paper, which means, oh, let's fold that again. It's quite strong paper, isn't it? I can do 2 of those in one go, I think, because I'm using the Gemini. So let's pop that in there. We then want some card to do our teacup. So let's have that one. Cut this one out. And then we will have our spoon as well. Now, bearing in mind, you've got lots of different embellishments and things that you can cut out. But I'm going to pop those in. And including what I am going to use on this, I've got the teapot from Sarah's collection as well, because I thought that would go really well with this collection.
Yeah, definitely.
So running those through. Doesn't take long when you've got the Gemini, so I'm using it in my large Gemini, but you can use it in your Gemini Junior, and a lot of the embellishment dies will go through your Gemini Mini as well.
Great.
So pop in these pieces out, and you can see they've all cut amazing. But look at that spoon. I mean, that is gorgeous, like a proper little spoon. And actually, if you get your ball tool and put like a little indentation in there, you'd have it curved as well.
That's
so that
great.
would look cool. So we've cut 2 of those out. These pieces then will stick in the centre. So you can actually, let's grab my little Gloria and put our glue on the back there. And that will fit directly in the centre. All of these have been really well thought out. There's also lots of sentiments, stamped sentiments, so you can use any of these. So what I have done, I've already pre-done some. So I've got a few more here. You will need 5 in total. So we've got our have a beautiful day and send in a cup of love. So let's pop this onto the front as well. Yeah, you need 5 to make your waterfalls. Each one comes with its own element that you attach it to, because it has a shaped part at the bottom. So when you come to putting them on, they all work beautifully well together. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and let's grab another 2, 4 and 5. There we go. So we've got all these elements now to stick onto our shaped waterfall. So bringing this one back in. Now what we want to do is make sure that the actual rectangles that you can see, they're the only parts that we stick them to. So I always start at the bottom. So start at the very bottom one. I think we'll end with a, let's have sending couple of, we'll end with this last one on the bottom, which is have a beautiful day. And what I'm going to do is just make sure, the great thing about this is the whole section of the bottom one will fit directly onto the card, and then it gives you that guideline to follow. So popping that into place. In fact, I'll put that all out so you can see it better, and that will just slot right into position. So I've got that exactly where it needs to go, and if I turn it round, you can see, if I can see any lines, I can just move it up and know that that then fits absolutely perfectly into that bottom piece. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to then layer them up, but you only want to put it under that score line. Do not do it so the score line can't bend. Okay. So what I am going to do is just look to see where that's going to go, and then just put a little bit of glue across the top, just there, so I know that won't go any further, and it won't stick. And always keep looking to see where that is, because you don't want it to go over that fold line. And then what I'll do, just for speed, because I'm using tacky glue, which takes that little bit of time to grab, let's just pop our tape pen across the top there. So just a little bit again, we don't want that to catch, we just want that underneath, and we're just following that all the time and just making sure that we've still got that line. Because what will happen then when we move these, it shows that they will go exactly where they need to go.
Oh, it's magical.
Yeah, and it works really well,
yeah.
So it doesn't take long for it to come together. It's just making sure that you adhere them exactly where they need to go. It doesn't matter if you might want to stagger them, and you can do that as well, because as long as you've got that fold line and it doesn't come over that fold line, they will work amazingly.
That's great.
So our last one going on the top. So popping that down, and then you can see straight away, even with just this bit, so these are the pieces at the side that will hold, and you can see they will just all fall into place. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take a piece of card. This piece of card measures, I did measure it before and now I can't remember, it's 3 inches. And we're going to use this to wrap around, so that will wrap around here. Your card design will be on here, and then all you're going to do is stick these tabs. That's all you need to stick. You don't stick anything else, and that will create your card design. Now what I am going to do, just before I stick it, I'm going to just use a piece of twine, and we're just going to sort of double this up and thread that through, and that's going to act as our pulley. So let's just pop that inside, just gives a little bit extra, and then we're going to thread that through itself into the back and then pull that through. Oh, I think I've caught a bit there, but you'll get the idea. So we've got our little pulley system. We're going to pop this onto the back. I'm going to position it where I want it on my card. And then we're going to turn that round, and then these pieces are the only pieces that we are going to stick down, and then everything will just fall into place and work absolutely beautifully. So let's pop that in onto the side, and then all I've got here is a really cute little gatefold card, and we've got these lovely papers. I'm trying to think on my head which papers they're out of. I've got a feeling they might be out the Celebration 12 by 12 paper pad, but I'm sure someone will correct me, because we've got ladies out there that I know are experts on our paper pads. For me, I just grab them and go. I think that's a pretty paper, that will work, unless they're obviously on the show.
Of course.
And then we try to use as many as we can. So just popping this into line, And there we go, so nice and quick. And then what we're going to do with this one is put this on the inside, the right way round though. There we go. And then glue all this down. So nice and easy, but you get that gorgeous movable element. So let's pop that into place. And then I'm just going to bring in the teapot. So where are we? I've got the teapot here, and I've just got a shadow for it as well. So we're going to pop that over. So we've got the shadow, and then I've just got a few little pieces which are in the die cut, like the little flower. So we've got a little flower design on the top here. So I've just cut that out. So I thought that would look nice on the front of our teapot. So let's just pop this into place, onto there, that one in the centre, and then we're just going to mat and layer those together. And just creating that drop shadow. There we go. And then all I've done then is pop that onto the front, so we'll have that at the top. And then I'm going to use one of our teacups with that spoon that we cut out. So that will go into our teacup. And I've just got what I've made, a little tea bag, which is in there as well. You've got that little tag, but it actually looks like a little tea bag with the stamp set as well. So let's pop that on. I'm going to higher that a little bit. And just something a little bit different with having it slightly on the inside. Let's pop that there, have it a bit of a jaunty angle, put then our tea on the front and our spoon just on the inside. And there we go. So we've got our gorgeous little teacup card with that really beautiful waterfall set, and you can see that will all then pull up and down to make that waterfall.
Love it! I love it so much because it's one of those cards. In fact, maybe we should do a survey about this, but if you give this card to someone and you see them open it, do you think that just once they will move it? No, no chance. They're going to be doing exactly what you just did then and playing with it loads. We have got something here that's really engaging as a card, isn't it? There's no way someone's going to open a card, do that once and go, oh, that was nice. They're going to be doing it time and time again. I'm bringing to you a stamp-shaped waterfall. It's £75 only, and you're getting all of these stamps. Obviously, think about it. This one here says happy birthday. How many different cards could you use that on? They really are mix and match. So as well as that one, you've got your butterflies designs, and there's lots of different elements with this, including this one here, which reminds me of sort of a picket fence a little bit. So you could do something like that. We've also got in here the teacups. This is the one that the fish was just working with. You've got lots of lovely elements within here, including that sort of underlined swag, if you will. And last but by no means least, you've got your cupcakes. So this one's your treat collection that we have, and you've got those wonderful details. So if you want them, now's your chance. If you're thinking they're fab, let me bring you something else fab. It's a fab file by Totally Tiffany, and I've got a couple of different options here for you today, so you can really customize this to yourself. The first option I'm going to offer you is the fab file itself. This will come flat packed. It sits up really quickly, easily like that. This one here has got your little side handle to it, so it's really nice to pick up, and you've got two sections you can write on. Inside for this one, you will have your stamp and storage, so you're going to be getting one of each of these. So you get a set of 5. These ones here are your adhesive ones to keep them nice and neat, and then you've also got the clear file ones, which you can just slide those elements in there. So that is the set that you're getting here. If you want 2 sets of the die storage cut, then you can get those ones as well. So you'll get a double pack, if that makes sense. So you're supposed to just getting the 5, you'll get the 10. And then if you want your stamp pocket, you can get 2 sets of those. So it's absolutely up to you. This is the great thing about Crafters TV. You pick which ones you want, and that's what you've got. So choose your option. Not only have we got that for storage, because if you're looking at Pam's room and you're thinking, oh, I wish mine was as neat and tidy as that, well, you're going to want the right kind of storage. And I have got some more Totally Tiffany here for you. This is our 4-drawer. that we've got. So if you've not seen these before, really handy, useful bits of kit. You've got here the Velcro section at the top, and then as you can see, you've got these lovely pockets that keep absolutely loads in, and you've got the 4 of them there. So they're nice, neat and tidy, but also they are great for you if you're on the go. This one is your 4 drawer. I have then got your 6 drawer. Now this is popular. This has been so popular every single time we've brought it to you. It is the most popular one, possibly because you have got the perfect size for so much in here. You can see your glitters, pencils, etc. So it's $15.29 or $16.19 today. You've got that good saving of 10%. And last but by no means least in this, you've got the 8 drawer here. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Bex, it doesn't look like there's 8 drawers in there, but there actually is. There's one hiding. And this is another great thing about them actually, because of the size of them, they do kind of squidge and change to fit things. So you can squidge them in, or you can make them fuller if you wanted to take drawers out. So yes, that is your 8 drawer. And again, for you today, you're getting that discount deal. It is $16.19 for you, $17.09. So it's a great opportunity if you do want to get storage, because Pam's living room has just inspired you to be lovely, neat and tidy. Pam, how are you getting on?
I'm good, thanks. I'm very good.
You obviously love your crafting. What have you been making recently?
Well, today I'm working on a birthday card for my niece. Oh. She's 18. And then I also have a graduation gift that I've started, which is an explosion box.
Oh, wow, that looks beautiful. That looks just fabulous. Oh, I love that. Do you find that you craft just for occasions, or do you like to craft just for fun sometimes as well?
I actually love to play with new products when it comes. Before the show, I was actually seasoning a new stamp that I got. I just love to see what I can do with them. I tend to play around with product a lot before I use them on a project.
Do you have a product that you absolutely love and you just couldn't do without?
A product that I couldn't do without. I would have to say probably the glue, the tape pens. Oh. I love using them. I use them on everything.
Yeah, I'm a tape pen lover as well, I do have to say. Pam, we're going to check on in with you again in a little bit, so you can carry on crafting if you wish. We have got so much more to come on the show. We're going to talk more to the wonderful Pam in a short time, and of course we will be having more demos. But let me remind you of other treats that are coming up for you in the next few hours here on Crafters TV. Tomorrow morning, well, morning-ish here in the UK, 12 p.m. UK time, 7 a.m. Eastern and 4 a.m. Pacific time. You have got Craig back off his Jolly Bobs, and you're going to be watching, Sarah's sent in a little video of her making that wonderful karate gi that you may well have seen on her socials. As well as that, we have got your master class tomorrow, and this is all about gift boxes. So if you love the idea of the exploding box that the wonderful Pam was talking about, these are the types of things you can have on your show. 3 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. Eastern time, and that is of course 7 a.m. Western. So if you do want to get those ones, then of course just stay tuned. Speaking of staying tuned, if you have added anything to your baskets, we'll give you a few seconds to check out. So we will see you on the other side of this.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Absolutely, get involved. It's lovely to be with you. My name is Becky and we have had some real treats on for you already today. I've got loads of people messaging in. Dieta is saying, I've made the balloon waterfall card for my hubby's 77th on Saturday. It was so fun to make, and apparently she sent a picture in, so we might have a look at that in a little bit. There are so many people talking about those, so do grab them if you so wish. If you love creating personalisation and texture in designs, then let me tell you, we have got some textured stamps. Textured stamps are wonderful, not just for your cards making, but also for your mixed media pieces. And you can use these in so many different ways. Now, I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of stamps in here that you're going to have a lot of fun working with. And what we've done is we've put them in complementary collections, so they all work great together. This one here that I'm bringing to you, you can see you've got your special friend stamp on this one. It is your opulence texture. I've also got a letter to you. This has got that lovely scripture on it that'll actually go great with some of the papers we were talking about earlier on. As well as that, I have got your swirly florals. Now, these ones are great. Hey up, have you got those layered grape stencils? If so, I feel like those would go really nicely with it. As well as that, I've got your game of cards. These ones I think are lovely if you do have anybody who, you know, maybe adores playing cards, playing games. This is a great one for you. Then I have the Into the Woods. Into the Woods is a lovely one because it's really nice textures. And again, you know, it's kind of like, you remember when you were at school and you used to take rubbings of trees and things? That's what this is like. And again, great texture. It'd go lovely with some of the Tim Holtz designs that we do. And last but by no means least, I have got your garden trellis. This one, for all of you horticulturalists, all of you outdoors lovers, this is definitely a one to make you smile. And actually, with all the flowers, it could be a really nice addition to any collection you own. So today, you don't have to pick which collection you get all of them. And these are definitely ones to inspire you. Check out on our wonderful website, because if you do just want 2 of them that are speaking to you, you've got that opportunity to get them on offer. It's £14 or $18. If you want to get just 2 of them, then you can. Of course, big saving here on those ones if they're all speaking to you. And these have definitely been speaking to us as crafters, haven't they?
If you are a stamper out there, you are definitely going to want this collection, because these are stamps that cover so many different textures, different styles, and different projects that you want to create them on. I mean, if we just take a look at the Into the Woods, I mean, how beautiful is this? Even if you was doing it as maybe, especially to our American guys out there, that you want to do a thanks card for Thanksgiving. I mean, how gorgeous is that? Every single one of those elements in the background is made using those stamps, which is incredible. But maybe you want to do something really elegant. I mean, we're going from one extreme to the other. How beautiful is that? Now, this stamp here, you're able to elongate it so you can carry on that beautiful pattern. You might be someone that likes to do your pretty stamps. You might want to colour them in. But again, look into the background. All these interesting parts are made using those stamps. Absolutely love this one. I think it's a great one to have. Again, great for mail cards. So if you're stuck for men's cards, that's a great one. That script is beautiful. I mean, making your own postcards, putting that script on there, using different elements. You can use them all together. We're going to be actually doing a card where we're going to be using elements of 3 different ones, which all work so well together. But if you love your mixed media, you are going to absolutely love these stamps. So to start off with though, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to be using our pink colour family. So we've got our light, our medium and our dark. And I've got myself a piece of card. Now, your rocker, if anybody has not gone for the rocker blocks today in that deal, honestly, these are going to be your new best friend when you're using these stamps. So I'm going to take my first set of stamps, the garden trellis. I love this one. I'm a bit obsessed with trellis dies. I just think they work so well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use this one, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp all over, and I'm going to bring in a piece of card just to lay underneath, because I do want to sort of protect my mat as well, because we want to go over. So I'm taking my lightest one. Now I want to create an all over background. It doesn't matter where this stamp goes as long as it covers. So I'm just stamping down. I've got a bit of blue on the back there, so because it's obviously blue ink was put onto here, which I should have perhaps washed, because it's probably made my ink pad go a little bit blue, but it will be fine. It will soon wear its way off. And I'm just going to, and please don't worry what it looks like to start with, because the more you cover it, the more you just, this is our lightest colour that we're just doing in that background. And I'm just putting it in different directions, just covering bits of our card to create that sort of background here. So I'm going to leave it at that, and then we're going to start using a different one. So that's our first one. I'm then going to switch over this one, and I'm going to bring in our scripted one, the one that's got the script in it, which is the letters to you, and I'm going to use this script stamp. So we're going to pop that one on now, and now we're going to go over, I'm going to just pop this back so I don't get lost which ones go to where. Pop that back on there. I'm now going to switch my lightest colour out with my medium fuchsia colour, and we're going to ink this one. And I love this, that we have, this is where our ink families come into their own, because you can use that same colour, but then you can get a totally different look. So we're putting that over, and you know what, the trouble is with this one, unfortunately, I might have to go straight in with my dark one. It's starting to run out a little bit. I think it's been going a long time. So yeah, we can't see much of that, but actually it is filling the gaps out. But what I am going to do is switch out to our plum jam, and let's just do a darker one through the top there. So let's just pop that. I've probably done it upside down, but actually I can turn it round, and then we've got it the right way. Ta-da! Ta-da! Fixed. Yeah, fixed it. So you don't even have to ink it properly, it's just about putting detail into there. Now it's looking really messy because if I move that out of the way, you can see it's just because I've got it all on the background.
Yeah.
But we can then start building up and putting different things in here. But because my fuchsia's not working too well in the studio, we need to get a new one. It's looking a bit different to what my one was doing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my long one. So this is where I'm saying these come into their own, because I can then start using all these different elements on my different sizes. So I'm going to use this one, and we're going to just ink this up, so then we can start putting in sort of our vines that are going up the side, and you're just adding all the time those different elements. And then what I'm going to do, let's do another one of those actually, and then I'm going to add in our flowers. So let's pop one at the bottom. And then we've got our flowers on that same one. So again, I'm going to just switch that to here. I'm wondering if I've got another, I don't think it will go out. We've got a fuchsia in our Harmony ink pad. So I'm just wondering if I can stamp that just to show that sort of fuchsia in there. Oh yeah, that's coming out better. So that's the colour it should be, which shows you can switch out and use all our different ones.
Yeah.
But I did want to show that fuchsia through these, just creating that background.
It does just give it a little nudge, doesn't it? A little extra.
Absolutely, and it really is a case of just building up your backgrounds and creating just amazing artwork, which looks really cool.
Yeah.
So let's just add a couple more of those.
One of the things I think we probably get asked quite a lot is, when do you know when to stop?
Yeah. And actually, there's no right or wrongs.
No.
If you decide that you've done too much or you don't like it, it's a piece of card.
Yeah.
You just start again.
Yeah.
But actually, there's always a way to hide anything you don't like. So let's move this all out the way. So, and actually, I quite like that. I think
love that.
it's looking really nice. I
Yeah.
think everything about it's lovely. Mine looks very different because my pinks at home are very pink. Just shows you, doesn't it, with the different inks that we've used. But it's because it's the fuchsia in the studio is running out a bit. But I actually quite like this one with the darker elements on
Yeah.
it. But what I am going to do is these here, if you was to stamp these out on their own, so I'm going to bring in my piece of card. I've stamped this out a few times just using black ink. And what I am going to do is using that same ink, so if we bring in that fuchsia, if you pop that down onto your glass mat, I've got my clear sparkle brush. Now, if you was to pick that up, we can then start to paint our flowers and make a completely different looking flower, but make it sparkly. And that will go a long way. You can keep blending this and it looks really cool. So just moving those out. So it's lovely that we can use our ink pads in a totally different way.
Definitely.
So once you've done all them, what I love about these elements is the fact that they will snip out really easily. So all I've got then, once they've dried, I've cut them out, and you can see we've got those sparkly leaves on there, which look really nice. So they will be our embellishments. So just because they're stamps doesn't mean that you have to just keep them flat onto your surface. And then what we're going to do is put a little card together. So I'm just going to clear, let me just grab myself some kitchen towel and let's just clear the ink off of there and pop that together. So what we're going to do, I've just got some of my lovely pink cardstock, and we're going to, and if you didn't want to waste your cardstock, you can always gut the centre out and use it, but just for demo purposes we're going to be sticking ours on top. So popping that into place. And then what I've got there is our card here, and we're just going to pop that into the centre. I've just realised I must be on a trend of making gatefold cards. I'd not noticed till just then. I've done quite a lot of fold back cards today, like the gatefold cards. So
it's such a lovely card design.
I know, I think that's what it is. I tend to then stick to things that I really like.
Yeah.
So we've got that piece there. Then I've got another piece which is going to go on the front of our card. So let's pop that into place. Just using our tape pens. Have that down the centre there. Oh, in the middle. There we go. So we've got our card that folds back. I've then just done myself a little Z fold because that will then fold into our card.
Right.
I'm going to just pop that on there. What's brilliant about the Z fold is you'll always know it's the same but the opposite way. So if I put that way, you'll know what I mean. It's exactly the same piece of card, it's just a smaller strip. And we're going to put it the opposite way and only glue these pieces here. So you put your tape onto that end panel, and then we're not going to go further than the point where it folds. And that way you know that that will slot into there absolutely perfectly. And then it will open no problem. And then we're going to use all our little embellishments. Now what I've done here is I've just created some more stamps with the little florals that we're going to put onto a little topper there. And I've also stamped out some sentiments. So we've got lots of little sentiments. So I've got a missing you, and we've got a special friend. So these are all in the stamp set. And then I've got all my little flowers. So we're going to decorate with those. I think I've got them all. Yep. So our special friend I'm going to pop on the centre there. So that will go just through our centre point. And let's bring in some of my foam pads. Pop that into there. So nice and easy. And it's just about creating all those different textures and having those beautiful effects. And then our missing you we're going to put on the front there. So let's pop that into the front.
So pretty.
And then we're just going to use our flowers, and I think I'll just get my glue gel and we will pop those. Let's do here. So we'll have one on there
whilst you're sticking those on, Debbie Smith has asked, do you mind telling us what the measurements for your gatefold card are when you're ready?
Yes, so this card, yes, absolutely. So let's just pop these into place. One more. And there we go. So this one, let me move those to the side, is... We've done a 10-inch by 7-inch, and I've scored at 2.5 inches and 5 inches.
Perfect.
And you do that and then cut a piece off, and that small piece is just an inch wide.
Great.
And there we go. But look how pretty that is, being able to build up a card using your different ink colours and just building that completely up. So to a special friend and telling them you're missing them.
I love it. Thank you so much for that. Isn't that just beautiful? If you do love the look of that and you really want to make your own backgrounds, all your information is on the side here. You get the layering textured stamps. And just as a quick reminder, Uni, you are going to be getting all of these different ones, 6 different packs in total, if you will. And you are going to be getting 7 in your textured opulence, 7 in your letters to you, 8 of your swirl florals, 13 in your game of cards. Then you've got your Into the Woods, which you're getting 8 of, and then the Garden Trellis, which is the one that Debbie used, you're going to get 8 in there. All of them together, $39.95 or $49.75. So, because it's Monday Makers, we have got a deal that's so mega, we call it the mega deal. We have got in here elements that, you know, maybe you are new or maybe you just want to try these things out. It's a great opportunity. You've seen some of these being used already in this collection. I'm going to be bringing to you your rocker blocks. Now you're getting the 2 different sizes in this pack. This is the larger one that Debbie was working with earlier on. And what these help you do is get a nicely measured, even stamp each time, as well as those ones you're getting the Spectrum Noir blending tool. This is what helps give you lovely textures and shading on with your inks, and you're getting the extra special heads there too, so you just take them off Velcro style, no, hook and loop. We've also got your Spectrum Noir matte. Now this is wonderful for so many different things. You can use this, you know, sort of, it's heat resistant, so you can use it with heat gun, it's non-slip, it keeps your nice crafting area nice and tidy, and it's a large one, that one. So you're looking at 13 inches by 19. Then I've got your professional stamping mat. So this is lovely because it's got a bit of give to it. It's a little bit like sort of a mattress for your stamping, if you will. So again, it really helps you get that pressure even on your design. And last but by no means least, we have got your self-healing cutting mat. I go with mine all of the time. It's one of my most used mats, and it's brilliant because you can use your cutting guide to it, but it's going to be self-healing, so it stays nice and self. All of that, you don't have to pick your favourite. All of it is £32 or $48 only. Big discount again on that today, so do seize the moment. Now, if you've only just tuned in, oh, hey up, I tell you what, we had a great show earlier on our launch. I will let you know though, end of show came and 80% of the stock had gone. So I will just say to you, the collection I'm about to bring has been popular. So if you have been thinking about getting it, now I'm going to give you the opportunity to do so. Just pop that there for a second. So in this, I brought to you the Ultimate Verse Compendium, and this is exactly what it is. You got so much in here, including your envelope seals. Look at the foiling on this. You're getting true rose gold and silver colours in this. Not just that though, I brought to you your vellums. So you've got these wonderful translucent vellums. How great are those colours? Some of the big colours that Pantone have picked out for autumn winter. Then I've got for you the paper inserts as well that work again perfectly with our cards and envelopes. Getting the 2 different sizes there as well, so it all fits and works. Then I've got your stamps. Now these ones are the verses, and you're getting stamps with love loads on there, such as Forever Yours. I've then got your thank you collection here. It was so nice of you on there amongst others. You've got your with sympathies as well. For lots of different reasons you may well be using these, but again, really heartfelt sentiments. Inspirational, these are great ones. These are fun. These will make people smile. Quite sort of empowering ones, I'd say there. Congratulations, whether it be birthdays, babies, weddings or more. You've got your heartfelt in here too. These ones are lovely, sort of deep and meaningfuls, we'd call them. Then you've got your birthday collections, and you've got 2 different sets of these ones. We call them female and male, but they are absolutely versatile for both genders. And then we have got for you the Thinking of You range. Let me remind you, if you do get the collection, you also get the crystal pen, which is rose gold with all the crystals in it, and you get the folder as well, the 3 ring bind folder that holds all of these in it. So it's a brilliant opportunity for you to seize the moment. Let's just remind you what we're bringing to you. If you do want to dive on into the garden, then we absolutely have that chance for you as well. There's a whopping amount of treasures within this, absolutely gargantuan. So you're getting the 102 elements, and that is 120 sheets of those papers, and you're getting that paper in different sizes, don't forget, including whopping 12 by 12. So we're getting that for you today. Should be £175, or naturally today £125 only. So that is your chance to seize the moment if you want to get it all. We have got loads more to learn, so let's carry on crafting. What are we up to next, please, Debbie?
Right, so we're going to do a bit more advanced crafting, in the respect that we're going to be doing a lot more detail into our next project. So using all our different elements from the garden party. So the gorgeous edgeable, I mean this one, I mean look how big this die is, and it's so pretty. Now what's good about this one is it has a cutting edge on one side, but you also get the die to create just an edge on your card or to cut the whole thing out. So a really lovely one there. We're also going to be using the Time for Tea stamp and die. I love a collection that has both in it. The teapot in this is a great one to have. You've got your cake, your teacup, your little muffin there, everything that you need, even your little sugar cubes, which are just great, and you've got the dies to go with those as well. We're going to be using the party die, so we've got that one, and we're going to be using the gorgeous embossing folder, so the towering teacups, or I like to call them the toppling teacups. They're so lovely, so let's just bring those in. So let's start with that one first. So what I have done is I've just put a colour wash onto my card. So I've just used my aqua pens, and I've literally just put them on my mat and done a wash of the oranges and yellows over the card, left a bit of white at the bottom, and we're going to pop that through our embossing folder. Now the way to know whether you're embossing or debossing is to feel it. One side will feel flatter because everything goes down. The other side is raised. Now it's the raised side that you want to put your card the wrong way round, because you want that to push up into your card. So I'm going to pop that down into there, and we're going to just close our folder over the top. So that's with any folders that you don't have any picture on the front, because sometimes you have sort of a colouring on the front of your folder. So when you don't, you just want to make sure that your flat side is the one that goes down on top. And then all we're going to do is get our folders. Now for a 3D embossing folder, you need a slightly different platform. We actually need our plastic shim. Oh, there's a piece of acetate in there. Our plastic shim, then you need your magnetic mat, then we're going to use our folder with our card in, and then one of our top cutting plates. It's the only time we say to not put 2 of the cutting plates at the top and the bottom. We've got the plastic shim, and it is hard enough for it to go through. So we just offer that into the mouth of the Gemini, takes it from us in no time at all. Because I'm using my Gemini Junior folders, takes 8 seconds to actually have that amazing embossed detail. So let me pop my plates together, pop them to the side. So when we open this up, you've got that beautiful, I mean you can see that, but actually we can make that even nicer. So what I am going to bring in is I'm going to bring in my gilding wax. So I'm just using the gold one. You can use whichever one you've got in your stash. Now less is more with the gilding wax. So put it onto your finger over, but don't leave it like that. What you want to do is wipe it off again. So put it on and wipe it off, because if you've got any large blobs, they're just going to go onto your image where you don't want them to go. And then just give it a really gentle rub over the top, so it just picks up all that detail, and it just really does make a difference when you're using it. So all this background detail that we've got, I'm just going to put some very slightly, rub that over. Once you've got it to where you want it, you can rub that bit harder, but always apply it less first, because you can't take it away. You can put more on and you can build it up, but you can't take it away. And then you just feel for where you want it to go. So where that detail is protruding out of the card, you just then pop that over. And you just keep going till you get your desired amount onto there. I do have one that I've already done, so I'm just going to wipe my finger just to show that. And what I would also say is to buff it when you finish. So if I bring in my finish one, which is just here, we've covered that with our gilding wax. And if I just tilt that to the side, you'll be able to see that amazing shine on there. I mean, how gorgeous is that?
That's fabulous.
But you can get more of a shine on there if you just give that a rub. So I would normally use a piece of cloth, but as I've only got tissue, as you sort of buff that off, what that also does, that will stop it transferring onto anything. And it really does. I mean, I can really see this line where this teacup is, in my light, it really highlights it. So if I now shine it, look at the shine we're getting.
Whoa.
I mean, that is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just looks so amazing. So from our plain card to coloured card to then our gilding wax card makes that massive difference. So this gives us our back focal point to our card. I'm going to bring that in and we're going to pop that into the centre. Now what I've done here is I've created quite a wide card, and I'll give you the measurements. So I've done this 7.5 inches by 7.25 inches, and then I've done my score lines at 2.25, and then I've done it again at 3.25, and then we've done it at 8.25 and 9.25, and then this way our piece will go into the centre. Now I can put it to the top. I've also got myself just some extra added card just to put on the bottom so we can fill that gap. So let's just stick this into place, and then we can start doing our die cutting and our colouring. So popping this onto that background, and then sticking that into the centre. So we're going to be making what we call a bridge card, which means it will fold flat, but it actually gives you a lot more definition. So just making sure I've got that in the complete centre to there, so my sides still come up there. There we go. So bringing that one in. And then on these side panels, I do have some extra pieces that we're going to pop to the side here. And bearing in mind, all these papers have come from that Tea Party range from the pads.
Yes.
Which are so, so pretty.
And you get a lot of it if you consider the sort of 12 by 12s as well, don't you?
Oh, so much so, yeah. What I love about 12 by 12s, they go such a long way.
Yeah.
And you can use them, like even your scraps, they're the scraps that you, and scrap sounds an awful word, doesn't it? But actually, your scraps that come off, so these are parts that I didn't use in another project, and I can now use them onto this project.
Yeah.
And they all come into their own right.
Brilliant.
So popping those into place. So that then gives us our side panels. So we're starting to really get to grips with our card. The next thing I've done, I will measure this again for you, is a 9.5 strip by 2.5 inches. And this one will go across. So it's going to go across these two parts, but with one side out, you would then pop that to the bottom and then the other side onto the other side, because it means then you can then fold it either way and it will then fold flat.
Great.
Okay, so we're going to pop that together as well. So just at those sides, I'm making sure that I don't go in more than I think the edge of the card will be. I mean, you could measure yours, but we're going to stick one onto one side So just onto there, making sure that goes straight across the bottom. And then I'm going to fold this one in, and that will then measure perfectly on that other side. And that will give us our bridge fold.
Great.
So, and there we go, looking very nice. So we've got all our cards sorted out. Now what we're going to do is a bit of die cutting. So we're going to be using this die here, which is that gorgeous, I can't even think of the name of it, so let me bring this in. It's the ornate lace, and it has got that beautiful, almost like tablecloth edge.
Yeah.
So if you use both the dies together, you can cut out the whole piece. So we're going to pop that onto the bottom and just get myself some low-tack tape to tape that together. So each side, just making sure that they are completely on one piece, and then just taping those edges down, and the same on the other side. And then we'll send those ones through. Add that to my Gemini plates and run that through. And then we're going to bring in this stamp and die set. So I love this one. It's got great space to colour in. So if you want to do any of your practice in colouring, you're going to love them. I think most people drink tea, don't they? There's a lot of people that drink tea.
Yeah.
But look how beautiful that is.
Love it.
I mean, that is so lovely. Absolutely love that one. So we're going to be using that to go across the bottom of our cards. So it's starting to really give so much detail. So we'll pop this to one side. I'm just going to empty my rubbish in the bin. Then pop that over there, because then what we're going to bring in is our stamped elements. So bringing in a piece of card, we're going to stamp some of these up and just colour a little bit. I've got all of them already pre-done, but I want you to see just how beautiful these stamp out. So let's just stamp a few bits onto there. Let me bring in my stamping platform and pop that into place. Yeah, there's something very British, isn't there, about tea?
Yeah, everyone. What I like about a cup of tea is if you're having a good day, you have a tea. If you're having a bad day, you'll have a tea. Do you know what I mean? It sorts out everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You're so right. I mean, if people pop round, even just on, like you say, on a nice occasion, it's like, oh, I'll put the kettle on. And then if someone comes round because they just need a shoulder to cry on, it's like, I'll put the kettle on.
Yeah, completely, completely.
Oh, and our George is saying a couple of digestives as well. I'm not really a digestive gal. I'm a rich tea one.
Oh my goodness, I love
like
a rich
tea.
And
yes.
you know what? Oh yeah, these are types of biscuit, by the way. But yeah, a rich tea is great because it's a fabulous dunker, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Did you ever, when you were little, you used to see how long it would expand for before it fell into your tea?
First off, what you're on about when I was little, I still do it now. And second off, I do it, but I don't know why, because I don't like when you get the bits at the bottom of your brew.
Oh, see, I love that. See, yeah, when we were kids, I mean, I don't even drink hot drinks now, but when we were little, my mum used to give us a cup of tea and we used to have rich tea. And then if you were really good, we'd have rich tea fingers, which were like in a shape of a like finger, well, it wasn't the shape of a finger, but long cookies. And and we used to, and then she'd give us a teaspoon so we could eat them all out of the bottom afterwards, all the soggy biscuit.
What a treat.
Right, so what I'm doing, I'm going to use our tri-blend because these are a great one to use to really get a beautiful layer of colour down very quickly. They're nice and juicy, the brush nib is amazing. We then can go in straight away, I can go in with those darker leaves around the edges of our flower and just add that highlight, which looks incredibly pretty. And green's not a colour we tend to sort of go for in, we tend to think of it as just our greenery and grass and trees and landscapes, but actually it looks really lovely when you're using it on things like this. And that green is in our papers. So I'm just going to add where I think there's going to be that darker colour in coming round and underneath our flower, and then we can go back in then with our medium one just to blend that all in and give us an amazing blend, a seamless blend that looks very, very nice. And then we just go up our spout. Is tea a big thing in America?
We're asking our producer, Erin. She's saying not as big as here in the UK, but sweet tea in the south is very big apparently.
Ah.
Yeah. It's a very, very sugary tea. How do you take your tea?
Are you talking to me? Sorry.
I am, yes.
Yeah, I don't drink hot drinks.
Oh no.
But when I was
yeah.
younger, I had really sweet tea. I used to have 3 spoonfuls of sugar.
Woo!
I know. I mean, now I don't think I could bear it, but I don't have a lot of sugar in anything.
No.
But yeah, I used to have it very sweet. And then when I did, because I've been giving up tea for nearly 16 years.
Wowzers.
Yeah, so and hot drinks really, and not for any reason other than I just wasn't enjoying them. So I sort of stopped drinking hot drinks. But and I never really wanted one after that, which is strange.
When you say hot drinks, surely you're not talking about a hot chocolate as well?
The only time I have a hot chocolate, so look how pretty that is. I mean, how gorgeous is the colouring for that? It's just super easy to do. And then you are getting the actual dies to cut around those and have that cut out, which is amazing. So once you've done that, I'm going to bring in all my different elements. So sorry, I just wanted to finish that before I lost track. So what did you say again? Hot chocolate. The only time I have a hot chocolate, and that's if I get, you get really cold to the bone and you just cannot warm up, and I need something to hold that's hot, then I will have a hot chocolate.
Lovely.
Yeah, but very, very rarely. So I've also cut out that party. Now the party is great because it comes with that outside cutting edge as well as the die. So you've got your matten layer for that as well as your word. And then I've got all my elements. I mean, look at that cake. It just looks good enough to eat. We've got our macaroons or our macarons, our little cupcake, and then we've got our gorgeous cup of tea. So we're now just going to decorate the front of our card with all those gorgeous embellishments. So the first one I'm going to do is, let's bring this across. I'm going to use my dotty tape pen to go across the top. We've got fabulous offers on the tape pens at the moment. I'm just going to grab my dotty one and go in and just apply that to the top of the rim, making sure we've got that covered. And then we can attach that to the front part here. So popping that on, giving that a good rub down, so that's all done beautifully. And then we've got our party, so let's have that at the side. I'm just going to bring in my foam pads. I'm using lots of foam pads today.
Why not?
Yeah, well, I don't normally.
No,
I am
it's
normally. I do like
You're
my
tacky usually, aren't you?
Yeah, tacky glue. But I also do like the chunky glue, as our Debbie calls it.
Yes.
Our layering 3D glue.
Yeah.
We've got our teapot there, so let's have our tape pens to pop that on. So I only need it on the side.
If you do need any tape glue, 3D glue, all-purpose glue, etc., etc., Get It, Got It, Gone is available if you do fancy it. We've got a great deal on that. Worth a look on the website.
Let's pop our tea on the top there. And then we've just got all our cakes here. So I'm going to lay my main cake at the bottom. So let's have that there. And then we can layer all our other bits around. So I'm going to use... Let me trim these because we don't need them so big, and I've only got my smaller ones. Sorry, I don't need them so big, and I haven't got my smaller foam pads at hand. So let's have one here, and our next one. I'm sure I just cut that one. Yep, there we go. And popping that on the back, and then we've just got one more, which is our cupcake. So let's pop that into place there, and then we'll just have our cupcake on the top. Does make you want to eat a cupcake, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then this last one, and that will go just onto there.
Oh,
And there we go. So you've got that beautiful embossed background, you've got all those different embellishments. In fact, you've got a real party going on there, haven't you? A gorgeous tea party.
Definitely, and I feel like everyone's invited. It's lovely, isn't it? If you do want to get that, the Garden Party Complete Collection, of course, those elements are included within it, including 120 sheets as well. If you're looking at it and going, ooh, Bexaboo, it's a little bit mahoosive for me at the moment, and you just think there's some sections that are really shouting to you, let me bring them to you in mini collections, if you will. So I'm going to start off, if I may, by just bringing you the cardstock and the papers. So first off, it is your Garden Party, and these ones, as you can see, you've got your prices on these ones here. So that means that you're getting a big variety of your different cards, including, but not limited to, like your lovely sort of gingham-esque designs. You've got ones with script on them, and you're getting really different shades of hues as well, as I'll show you in the 12 by 12 also. So can you see you're getting your green and your complementary green, your purple, complementary purple, your pinks, complementary pinks, and so on and so forth. And just to show you as well, you've got that lovely design that just works so well with it. And again, 120 sheets in total, and that is including the high sheen pearls design 12 by 12 as well. So all of those together, you are getting £28 today only. It's over 15% off, but it is just today, so seize the moment on that. It's not normally the price. If you're looking at the wonderful bridge card that Debbie's just made and you think, I love the idea of adding that texture, let me bring to you the embossing folders. So in here you have got your umbrella, or your parasol, or your bumbershoot, if you will, and then you're getting those wonderful tea-ring teacups as well that give you those textures. £11.18 or $15.92 if you want to grab those ones today, and you do get both. Then I want to bring to you the stencils. Now, if you are relatively new or way up, you'll have loads of fun with a stencil, because stencils aren't just like, you know, off of the 90s where you used to stencil anything that didn't move in your house. These are for your cards, they're for your mixed media, but also you can use them with our Gemini as embossing elements as well, because you get that embossing shim with it. Two designs here. You've got your traditional lace and you've got that doilies as well. Great for weddings and so much more. Now let me bring to you your metal die collection. If you've been looking at loads of our cards that have had the rosettes on, yeah, it's because everyone's slightly obsessed with this die. You are getting in here 23 of your elements. And those ones are including the party, the celebrate, that lovely lace-like ornate look we did, the balloons as well on that one. So all of those individual and different elements you're getting with that. So you're getting absolutely oodles and oodles to work with. And that is, of course, a little bit beautiful if you did want to seize the moment. It is £45.54 or $59. Also, we have got the stamp and die collection as well. And these ones kind of do what they say on the tin. It means that you have got your stamps and your dies. So you're going to get that detail within your finished makes, a little bit like Debbie showed us earlier on. So with that one, you are getting the Time for Tea, as well as the vintage bird cage. And then you've got the dainty lace. This is the umbrella one. This is what lovely Debbie demoed with earlier on as well. So you're getting all of those too. If you fancied it, you can seize them now. Now let me bring to you your Happy Summertime collection as well. And I have to say, this will put a smile on your face. Just look at that. I love these. So you've got your Happy Summertime in here, which has got all of the beautiful font, and I just think that font's so wonderful. So these are great because you can really, really, really personalize. So remember how earlier on someone was saying they did the waterfall for their husband's 77th? Literally pick the colours that you need and then add them on and you are sorted. So it's your Happy Sentiment die with all of those layers, of course, in there. And you are going to be getting the die collection, 75 elements of that one in total. So do look on the web, see which ones are talking to you the most, and treat yourself if you so wish. Now let me bring to you something else that's been real popular today. It is your fab file. You've got a few different options on this, so everyone's going to be able to treat themselves to the fab file itself. And then you can either go for this pack, which contains I'll take a full set out for you, here you go, which contains a full set of the die storage ones and then a full set of the stamp pads. So these ones all layered up makes it really nice and easy to see. If you would like your stamp storage, then you can grab those ones alone. Again, you're going to be getting 5 of them in total, and if I just say something, you should be able to see how well they fit. So that's your other option if you want it. £7.48 on those ones. You pick what's good for you. We have now got 4 drawers, and by drawers I mean a Totally Tiffany drawer. We had someone message in earlier on actually saying that the 4 drawer was their favourite because they keep in all of their extra adhesives, and this is a perfect size for that. Again, you've got your hook and loop on there, and you've got these wonderful drawers. Keeps it nice, neat and tidy, but also really portable, easy to see. 14.39 for you. It means that you're going to be able to save money because you're less likely to lose things if you're anything like me. 6 drawer is on screen for you as well now. It is 50, hang on, no. This is your 6 drawer. This one's our most popular one, and it is therefore the most limited. So if you do want the 6 drawers, grab it now. And then, of course, you've got your 8 drawer here as well. Those two have just stacked on top of each other, but they're sorted. And that one again for you. If you do want the 8 drawer, it is available now at £16.19 or £17.09. So that is your chance to seize the moment on those. If you do want to seize them, just head on over to that Crafters Companion website and you'll be able to pick which ones you like, add them to your basket, get them delivered in a few days. It'll be fabulous. Speaking of fabulous, we've been saying hello to our craft ambassador today. It is the lovely Pam. Pam's back with us now. Pam, you've obviously been watching CTV for a while now. Do you have a favourite moment that you can think of?
Yes, I feel sorry for Debbie, but it is the wax seal episode where we laughed and laughed and laughed along with her.
Oh, thank you, Pat. I'm glad I entertained you. I still laugh about it myself now, so it was really funny. It was just, you get to the point of no return, so you just have to continue to do it. So, but yeah, it still makes me laugh and actually my laugh then makes me laugh. So,
yes. Yeah, it's contagious, isn't it?
Unfortunately, yes. Thanks for that, Pam.
You're welcome.
It is brilliant, and that's the lovely thing, I suppose, about us here. We don't mind if we do mess up a little bit. We always sort of have a laugh about it, don't we? And Pam, obviously here at CTV, we always say sort of we are a family, we are a community. Have you made any fabulous friends during your journey with us?
Yes, actually, everybody over on YouTube is very welcoming and friendly and fun to just chat with. And there's a group that does some stuff over on Pinterest that I joined in, and it's been really a lot of fun.
It's really wonderful that you've been able to make those pals and friends. It's so lovely. We will check in with you in a short while again, Pam, so you carry on crafting. We have had a fabulous show, of course. Can you believe there's only half an hour left? But one of the fabulous things that we have been doing is we have been talking about the ultimate. This is the compendium from earlier on, and this has been popular. I have got around 85% around that of the stock gone now. So if you do want to seize the moment, it's your chance. This really has been a big hitter today, hasn't it?
Massive hit, yeah, because you love it. Because the thing we have to put onto any project is a sentiment, and to have something that covers everything you can possibly think of from every different occasion, it really is something that you have to have in your crafty stash. So what we've got here is just cards that are made from the compendium, which is amazing. So anyone that has just joined us and doesn't know what the compendium is, it is a whole box that offers you your card blanks, your inserts, your envelopes, and then it comes with the most amazing binder that keeps all your stamps in there. So I've just shown you ones that you can make with the actual box itself, but what about just generalizing your craft? So when you have any of the collections, so whether it be Sarah's, whether it be just any one of our Nature's Gardens, anything that we have, you are going to absolutely love those because they just look amazing. We made this one earlier on, made out of the card blank. Open it up, you've got that gorgeous sentiment with that foiling in there. Honestly, these offer you so much, and what's incredible is the storage that you have. So you get that beautiful binder, which is amazing. It houses all those sentiments in there. You are getting sheet on sheet of just amazing sentiments. Each one has a tab at the side that tells you what they are. So whether it's the female birthdays, the male birthdays, the love, the friendship, sympathy cards, all the difficult ones as well. We've took all that hard work out of it for you and just created inspirational, heartfelt statements in here that you can use on the front and on the inside of your cards. You then get this amazing box. I mean, how beautiful is this presented? And inside this, you get just more different things that we've got here. If I turn this round, you can see that we've got seals for our envelopes, as well as the envelopes, the card blanks. You have the most gorgeous pen. I think sometimes we forget how much pens mean to us. We used to have them all the time. I remember each year it was what I used to buy my dad, was a really good pen. That stopped because of computers and everything else, but actually thinking about it, he'd probably love a gorgeous pen. But anyone in your life or anyone that buys this will have this beautiful crystal pen to write with, which writes on the vellum as inserts as well as the normal ones, and you are getting those all in here. They are all foiled and all create the most amazing, I mean, look at that, printing, or not printing, stamp. That is stamped onto there. It actually looks like you've got that from the printers. It looks absolutely incredible. So I'm going to do a really quick demo so we can see just how gorgeous these stamps work, and just being able to create them on whatever you have. So it doesn't matter. I mean, if you think about all those cards that you've made, sometimes we just make for the sake of making. Pam was just saying to us that she likes to have a play when she gets stuff, and actually it was like listening to myself, because I do exactly the same thing, and I'm sure Becky does as well. When you get something, you just play with it and see how it works. You get a good feel for it, and you end up making things that you haven't made for somebody, and you've got them. Well, now you've got the verses that you can get your card. So I'm just going to take a small piece of paper to make a tag. You've got all your verses here at hand, just to be able to go through them and think, right, which one do I want? So let's have a look. We don't want birthday. Let's go for a thank you. I'm going to go for a thank you on here. I'm going to have a look round. Let's have a thank you for everything you do. So just doing that simple card, being able to stamp them on whatever you want to stamp them onto. So what I am going to do is just bring in my rocker block. Let me just grab that. I've been using these a lot today because they're perfect for lining up. So I'm going to pop this down. I'm then going to pick it up with my rocker block. Now the rocker block, each one has a line through the centre, so I can just line that up with my sentiment, make sure that that's straight, and actually that's not straight, so I'm just going to pop that onto there straight. So once you know you've got that straight, you then don't have to worry when you position it. You know that's going to go in the perfect place. So then we're just going to bring in, I'm just going to use my black ink this up, and then we're going to stamp out onto that piece of card. So right in the centre, stamp through there, heel to toe, and you get a beautiful stamped image every single time. And then all I've done here is I've done that, and then I've just inked around the edges just to draw just a slight bit to draw your eye in. And then I've got my card blanks. Now, I've used a completely different size card because what I love is the fact that you can personalise these with whatever you want. I've also just created a little card blank to go on the inside, which means we can do a sentiment for the inside of our card. I'm just going to attach this to the front, so let me bring in my tape pen, pop this into place, whoops, pop that at the on top of our card. And you can see, I mean, so simple this card is. I've not really done a lot to this at all. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some ribbon just to coordinate with this. And we're going to wrap the ribbon around, and I've just got a bow as well. So we'll wrap that around our card. I'm just going to pop my glue across there so we can take that into place. So that's one piece, and then go around on the other side. I mean, you could trim that, so but I've just popped that round, and then we can use that on our panel of our card. So pop in our tape pen across there, just in the centre. And I think especially if you're doing something like a, a sympathy card, this would be a great sort of style, because you want to sort of keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah.
So just bringing in my tape. I don't think these want to part today.
They love each
sticking
other.
together. They certainly do. So just taking off those back ends. And then we can pop that onto our card. I'm going to do it slightly this way because I want to put my bow then on the side. Let's just bring this in. Take that sticky tape off. We can just pop that, oh, still there. Didn't want to let go, and pop that into place. So that makes the front of our card, and that sentiment does everything we need it to do. But then we can take our insert and just pop that onto. Now this time, let me bring in my bigger rocker block, and then I haven't even brought in my stamping mat. Let's just bring that in and pop it there. That just makes it a little bit easier to stamp with. And then I'm going to choose another different one. So we've got thank you for everything you do. So we could put something like it was so nice of you, or you always know just what to say and just what to do. So I love that one.
Me too.
Let's take that one. We've always got a friend like that, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they do. Your friends know. Your mum maybe, you might just want to send it to someone that's really helped you out and done something nice. So let's just tap that on. And again, we're just going to stamp that heel to toe, straight in the middle, get that beautiful sentiment, and then we can pop that inside our card to finish off. And the best thing you can do with this is just use your tape pens to go along the top and then fold that down, and every single time that will open your card to see that gorgeous sentiment. But how easy is that? Just using it as a topper for your card, saying everything you want it to do, and then on the inside you get that gorgeous sentiment.
I adore that. Debbie, thank you so much for those. Aren't they just fantastic? Now, we have been crafting up a storm today, as you've seen, so we should get our vote on for our demo of the show. So we will be getting those ready for you. And one thing I will just say actually is Hannah Hicks actually came in earlier on saying that she is just using the verses from the compendium at the moment and stamping on the card, and wow, they are a stamp and absolutely blown away by them. So thank you for sending that in, Hannah, and that just goes to show you using these sentiments, great quality. So thank you very much for sending that in. Okie pokey, should we get ready to have a little nosy at the ones we're going to vote for? Let's do it. So remind us what we've done today, please.
Yes, they're coming quick and fast today, aren't they? So this was our number one, so was the beautiful parasol. So number one, then we've got number two, which was our Waterfall teacups, and then we got number three, which was our stamping demo. Then number four was our bridge card tea party, and then number five was our little thank you for everything you do card. There we go.
Oh, they're so good. So hard to choose, isn't it? But do get your votes in, please. You can do that on our socials. Our wonderful craft ambassador who's been with us today is the lovely Pam. And Pam, am I right in thinking that you actually have the compendium?
Yes, I got it from HSM when it was a today's special value.
And tell me what it was that made you sort of gravitate towards it. What do you love about it?
I just love the variety of sentiments. There's so many to choose from. So if you need one, during the show, I had grabbed mine because I was going to use it. And I just use it all the time for sentiments and things like that.
So you absolutely adore it then?
Yes, and it's very pretty.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? It is absolutely sensational. It's so beautiful. Have you enjoyed making and crafting? What types of things have you crafted with this set?
I use it a lot for cards. I've done some sympathy cards, and the card that I was making today, the reason why I grabbed it is I was using the With Love for the front of the card.
Brilliant.
So I use it all the time for cards.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And that card you're making for the 18th is beautiful. I love that colour palette you've gone for, Pam.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Pam. It's really been wonderful to meet you.
It was nice to meet you too.
We would love to get you in for a craft along at some point if you might fancy that.
Yes.
Ooh, good. We love that. That would be fab. Pam, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of... Are you up to anything nice with the rest of your day?
No, just hanging out with my dogs.
Perfect. Well, enjoy it, and thank you again, Pam.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh, isn't she absolutely lovely? That's really nice, isn't it? So if you too have been inspired by the lovely Pam, then do get those, do treat yourself, should I say, to that compendium. We have got people making their votes, loads of people saying lovely card. One question that we did have, if you don't mind, lovely Debbie, is people are asking if the CC standard stamp inserts will fit into the compendium folder. What do you think, Debbie?
Sorry, will the
standard stamp inserts fit into the compendium folder?
The standard stamp inserts. Oh, sorry, do you mean the... I don't actually know what you mean, the standard stamps.
Yeah, that's what the socials has said. So I'm wondering if it's the normal inserts.
Stamp inserts. Yeah, please elaborate, because I'm not really sure what you mean on that. This will fit your pockets. Do you know you get the A4 pockets?
Yes.
They will fit them, so whatever standard stamps, they would fit into that, and you could then put them in here. So if that's what you mean, then yes, absolutely. So this is a standard folder, and it will fit all your binders. If it's smaller than an A4, then it wouldn't, because we do some A5 ones, so they wouldn't fit in here. So yeah. But yes, let us know if it's not what you mean, and we will try and answer that as best as we can.
Social media, lovely Colleen is having such a time of it at the moment with the votes. She's gone, it's a three-way tie between 1, 2 and 3. Capital letter as. So what we'll do is, if it's all right with you, we're going to start a demo, and then I may well seem rude and interrupt once we have got that winner in, so then we can vote on some more. So we'll get onto that in a moment or two. But yes, this is the Ultimate Compendium collection, and we have got time to squeeze in another make. So
yes, absolutely. And you know what? I don't want to do anything in particular. So what I did think is what we haven't done today, and I hadn't realised till a little while ago, we haven't really used the vellum inserts, and they are gorgeous. So I'm going to grab the vellum inserts, and we're going to do a little bit of heat embossing, and hopefully that will cover what people are asking about stamping onto vellum, because vellum's a little bit of a different medium to colour onto. So I'm just taking out my vellum there, because it has that, it's a bit like parchment, and actually I'm not sure if this is vellum or parchment, because it feels a lot thicker than vellum to me. So it could actually be parchment, which is amazing. Now parchment embosses really well, also takes that gorgeous foil amazingly well. I mean, how just expensive do these look? But when you're stamping onto them, sometimes you need to let it dry. So I would say to heat emboss it, and that way you know you'll get that beautiful crisp emboss finish every single time. So what we are going to do is we're going to pop our this onto our platform, and in fact we're going to fold this in half, because what that will do, I'm just making sure I've got my half fold there, and we're going to pop this onto our platform. So popping that where the lines are into place, and then we can hold that down with our magnets. Now, what I would highly suggest is, and I haven't got one, so apologies, I've given it back to our Tracy. She lent me her anti-static bag. Because it's vellum, I would definitely recommend an anti-static bag. I haven't got one, but that's fine. We will still carry on doing them. It's fine, I don't need one. It's just, it's quite handy to have. And then we're going to pick a sentiment. So let's pick a really nice one. So let's bring this in and have a look through it. Let's try and do one that we haven't done today.
Whilst you're looking, do you mind if I interrupt?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yes, carry on. Yeah,
the
absolutely.
winner by the grand total of 1 extra vote is card number 2.
Number 2. Oh, that was the teacup. So the waterfall. Yes, there we go. So the waterfall one.
So now we would love if you don't mind getting involved with voting for card of the day. So shall we do this one as card number 1? This was from the launch show earlier on, and this one is the compendium makes, as you can see. So this is going to be card 1 with those lovely sentiments on them. And then should we make yours card 2? That's going to be the waterfall. So if you could message those ones in, that would be absolutely great. And also, Colleen has just messaged in saying these are the insert sheets that they are talking about, the ones that go in the purple folder, and that to me looks like that would fit. Oh yes, absolutely. Right, yes, so the regular folder. Yes. Yes, they would absolutely fit in there. Perfect. Yes. Thanks. Right, so I've chosen our thank you for being there, and we're going to place that into the centre. We're going to then pop our platform down and we're going to stamp that up. So you could do this in any colour. I've just got my black pigment ink pad to hand. So we are going to pop that on and give that a stamp down. So just stamp it onto there and that will stamp. Oh, and we've got a bit missing, which I love showing this because when that's missing, it means we can just go back in and we can ink that up again. And then we can go back in and know that that will go in the right place every single time. And that will give us that beautiful stamp. Now, if you didn't want to heat emboss, you can just leave that and just let it dry. Because once it's just giving it that drying time and then it won't smudge. But you will need to leave that a little while. You could use your heat gun and you could actually let that dry a little bit quicker with that. But I always think if you're going to use your heat gun, you might as well heat emboss it. Yeah, why not? Because then you get a shiny. So if I just move that, you can see these are opaque, so it's not going to shine at all. But by putting on your embossing powder, you can make that ultra shiny. Now, what's great about these is because they're quite thick, which is what makes me think, I'm sure they are, and actually this is a good test. This shows you that I don't think we can pick it. Oh yes, we can. Can you see where the embossing powder has gone? It's actually clinging to the vellum, which is where your anti-static bag comes into account. So now what you can do if that happens and you haven't got an anti-static bag, you can just take a little paintbrush and you can just dust that away. So you can just clear that. And it wouldn't be too bad, but I would really recommend that you use an anti-static bag. So once you've done that, we're just going to bring, you know what, I packed it all up and unplugged it like I was being really nice and neat and tidy. So let me just replug my heat gun back in and then we can do a little bit of heat embossing. Now, don't hold it on there for too long. What I would say is as soon as you start to see it go, because what you don't want to do is make your vellum curl up, which is what it can do if you leave heat there for too long. So you want to move it as soon as you see that starting to go and it starts getting darker. It means that our powder is melting. And then you've got your beautiful heat emboss, and then that's it. That's all you have to do. So as quick as that. Great, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. And that way, then when you look at it, I mean, look at that. You've then got it just
takes it to a whole new level. And I'm trying to think if I had no, I didn't have another card, but actually, can we show some of the samples?
Absolutely.
Because I do think, so you fold that back up, and if I just rub that down on there, just so you see, that won't then transfer onto there whatsoever. That's completely dry and it won't transfer, which is amazing. But I do want to show some of the samples that we've got here because they really are so lovely. So just being able to create, I love the simplicity of these. So if you just want your whole sentiment to say what you want it to say with nothing else getting deferred from your attention, and then having those gorgeous scents. So that's been heat embossed, look, but in gold. I mean, how gorgeous is that? So, and it looks so professional, doesn't it? It makes you look like an absolute expert at doing your stamping. What about using something like this? So that foiling frame from Sarah's collection and adding that friend in there. I love that. I thank my lucky stars for a friend like you. This one we made in the earlier show. So this one we did in Wake Up Call. I mean, such a simple design to do, but looks so effective. And you can put them on whatever shape you want to. So whatever shape your card is, whether you just want to do a little sentiment like this, whether you want to do those vellum inserts into the center, they look amazing. This one is gorgeous. The vellum, this is a shaker card. It's been made into a shaker card, but that top piece is the vellum that's in the kit. Can you see that at the top there? So using it to do that shaker element in there looks so effective. And again, just thought you could use a little extra sunshine today, and then you've got the extra sentiment on there, sending you my love. I mean, there's so many mix and matches on here, but I do want to show you this box, and I want to show you the everlasting card, which I totally adore. I mean, how brilliant is this? I'm going to have to learn to do this because I don't know how to make an everlasting card, and I think I need to learn how to do it. Maybe we could do a craft along with an everlasting card. I mean, it's just fabulous, isn't it? It doesn't matter what way you turn it, there's a sentiment on every single one. Love that. But I have to show you this box because it's so pretty. It's got that gorgeous sentiment. Just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way today. Then when you open it up into that easel card, you've then got that gorgeous gorgeous sentiment at the bottom. When it rains, look for rainbows. Exactly. And then when you open the drawer, I mean, there's even more. You've got the sentiment inside there, and I can't read that way, so I'm going to have to read it a bit closer up. It says, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and love more than you'll ever know. I mean, how incredible is that? So it doesn't matter whatever you want to put your sentiment on, whether it be a birthday card, whether it be a loved one's card, whether it's a wedding card, an engagement card, whether you just want to say hello to someone, you have got a sentiment in here that's going to show everything for all your crafty needs.
That's just a mega amount there, Debbie, you've got. Thank you so much for showing us those. If you would like to grab that kind of finish, that finesse, that look, along with so many people who've already got this collection, this is the way in which you can do it today. Before we announce the winning card of the day, I want to bring you some treats that you probably run out of pretty often. And I'm going to start off with your Nina card. Your Nina card is your so super smooth card. You can use it with stamping to give you a professional finish every time. It is 16 you're getting in here, and it's $3.99 or $5.99. Then I've got for you your watercolor. Now your watercolor card is created so that it has a high fiber selection which takes in lots of water, so you can create lovely watercolor-esque designs. You don't have to paint on this, you can do it with your pens and more. Then I've got your heat resistant acetate. Now, this is a bit lucky because this is the type of thing that it's like hen's teeth, you know. You do not get to see this often. We bring it on show and then it sells out. So if you do want the heat resistant, then you have got it here. And I've got your printable. Now this you want to use with your inkjet printer, and you can print onto your acetate. $3.99 for you. Those last ones, any 3 for £10 or $14. So if you want to sort of mix and match, think of it as a crafting pick and mix, then you can seize the moment and grab which ones you want. I also want to bring you some stamping card, if I may. So this is a big set of stamping card. In fact, if we just to do it in noise, oh yeah, that's sturdy. You are going to be getting a whopping 60 sheets in here, and it is your A4 size that we're bringing, and that one is $9.99 or $14.99. You've seen we've used quite a bit of the craft card stock today as well, which is something which just adds lovely texture to your designs no matter what the occasion. That one again we'll bring it to you $9.99, $14.99. And then finally it's matte black card that we have here for you. This again giving you that wonderful finish, nice thickness to these, and it's $9.99. Can't decide between or which ones you need the most of? Well, you can get any 4 for 3. Why did you want if you want to purchase those? Have a little look again on the website for those offers, $9.99 or $14.99 individually. So we have had a winner through, and the winning, which one do you think is going to win the fish?
Yes, probably that one that you've got over there.
Oh, you're a mind reader. Yeah, number 1 card has won. So I will place this up on the shelf. This is going to be our first make, our first one for today. So thank you for that. It's stunning, isn't it? Thanks for voting. It's brilliant. We have got to leave you very, very soon, but don't worry because we're back tomorrow. And Craig's back off his dolly days. He has been having a lovely time, I'm sure. So it'll be lovely to see him. Craig is going to be with us on the wake up call. That is 12 p.m. UK time, 7 a.m. Eastern time. And then 3 o'clock UK time, we've got Debbie Robinson in doing the gift boxes, and that is for our master class. So we're going to really enjoy that. And then in the evening time, we're going to be looking at a launch party. So with so much going on, I suppose it's time for you to have a good old rest. Debbie, thank you so much for today. You've been a love.
Very much, Becky.
You have been fabulous yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're doing. And we'll see you bright and early, 12 UK tomorrow. Bye-bye, my loves.